She collected for the poor every Sunday. She organized the Christmas hampers for widows. She sat with the dying in their final hours. And she had been stealing from every single one of them. There is a particular kind of criminal that every system of trust and charity inadvertently produces. One who understands that the appearance of goodness is the most powerful protection a thief can have. In the tight-knit working-class streets of Hulme, Manchester, in the gray post-war years, Agnes Dorothea Thorpe was considered the most generous woman in the neighborhood. And for 17 years, she had been conducting one of the most systematic and coldly calculated campaigns of financial exploitation in Manchester police history. Agnes Dorothea Thorpe was born on August 22, 1901, in Salford, Lancashire. Widowed young, she moved to Grimshaw Street, Hulme, in 1936, and quickly became indispensable in the local welfare network. By the 1950s, she held voluntary positions in the Welfare Society, Church Poor Relief, and Neighbourhood Visiting Committee. Investigation began in September 1958, after a routine audit uncovered a small discrepancy of £23.14 in the Grimshaw Street Welfare Society accounts. Detective Inspector Margaret Colville expected a minor error. What she uncovered was a sophisticated system that had operated since at least 1941. Agnes employed three main methods: skimming small amounts from charitable collections, manipulating the household accounts of elderly residents she assisted, and falsifying funeral costs while claiming portions of estates for services rendered. In total, financial reconstruction identified at least 34 victims and a minimum loss of £2,847. Many more were likely unrecorded. The most disturbing element was the timing. Agnes specialized in sitting with the dying. In 11 documented cases, she had been present in a caring capacity within 72 hours of the victim's death. In several, financial irregularities followed shortly after. In the case of Mrs. Edith Ramsden, Agnes attended her bedside for 3 days, organized the funeral, collected funds from neighbors, and later received an additional gift from the family. Agnes Thorpe was arrested at her home on January 14, 1959. The community reacted with disbelief. A petition signed by 42 residents was delivered to the police station. The local vicar called the arrest a catastrophic error. Even some documented victims refused to believe she had stolen from them. During interrogation, Agnes maintained a position of wounded innocence. When confronted with specific evidence regarding Mrs. Ramsden's savings book, she said quietly, "Edith asked me to look after things." It was one of her last substantive statements. The trial opened at Manchester Assizes on September 8, 1959. Agnes testified in her own defense and was, by all accounts, compelling. On September 23rd, she was found guilty on 19 of 26 counts and sentenced to 7 years imprisonment. Agnes Thorpe served 5 years and 4 months before release. She died in 1971 at the age of 69, never expressing public remorse. The Grimshaw Street Welfare Society, which had operated since 1922, dissolved in 1961. The community's trust had been broken beyond repair. Detective Inspector Margaret Colville later reflected, "What Agnes Thorpe understood was that genuine goodness and the performance of goodness are indistinguishable to most people until the evidence is placed directly in front of them, and even then, often, they choose not to see it." The most effective disguise is not a false identity. It is a true reputation, earned carefully over years, deployed in the service of everything it was never meant to protect. 34 documented victims, 17 years, and a community that had organized a petition on her behalf the day after her arrest. Because sometimes the most complete betrayal is the one we simply cannot bring ourselves to name.